Did you know that there's a connection between your gut and sleep? When you lack sleep, it increases stress, which impacts the gut and the overall health. So when we look at shift workers, we have shift workers, mainly nurses, other healthcare workers, pilots, and so many others that work night shift. So how is lack of sleep impacting them? So hi, my name is Emily. I'm a health and life coach. I empower women to live a healthier, balanced and fulfilled life. And on this channel, we talk all matters wellness. So welcome. And in today's video, we are looking at the body clock, which is our circadian rhythm. So what does the body clock mean? This is the body clock. That is how the body works in a 24-hour period. And this is from evolution. This is how the body has worked, but it's only because of our busy lifestyle that we have forgotten about our body clock. So for us to be able to understand how lack of sleep is impacting our health, and it's also impacting our overall well-being. So we will first look at how sleep is impacting the gut and our overall health, and then we will look at strategies that we can do to be able to live a healthier and improve our overall well-being. So the body clock, you find that it resets when the sun is up. So once the sun is up, it stimulates the hormones, for example, the hormones for digestion, and the body starts getting prepared for digestion, knowing that you're going to be active, work, you're going to exercise, you're going to eat, because when you're eating, the body wants to prepare itself to be able to digest that food so that those nutrients can be used by the body. And then when it gets to the sun setting, this is the sunset, the sun sets. So we stop eating. There's the hormone melatonin also produced now to prepare the body to go into a deep sleep, so that now the body can do what? It can repair, it can heal, and it can also build tissues. So there's the rest stage and there's the active stage. But now what happens now at night is that when the body is supposed to be resting and healing, we are active. And on night shift, we have to be active. For all those hours, those who work 11 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours, we stay awake and we are supposed to be alert, especially those working in the medical field. You cannot afford not to be alert, because that can lead to very many mistakes. So what we are looking at, we are supposed to be sleeping, but then now we've gone against how the body clock works, and we're supposed to be alert and active at night. Then when we come back at home here, we don't get that quality sleep. We don't get the 7 or 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep. Why is that? Because you get home, it is during the day, that's when many things are happening. Those with young kids, you need to take them to school, you need to attend to appointments, you need to follow up on a few things during the day. So, and what I've seen from experience, myself included, I could only sleep for 2 hours. Because you'd say, okay, I'll just do whatever I have to do, and then when it's almost, maybe I'm starting 9 p.m., then maybe I'll go to bed around 7, wake up at 9, 2 hours, and then you are on your feet again. So constantly putting the body in that kind of working, where it is working without resting, and where it's not healing, it is not recovering, it's not building, this is how we end up with chronic diseases. And I was reading somewhere research showing that night shift is also being referred to as the graveyard shift. Why is that? Because in the long run, it is going to lead to chronic diseases. High blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, and even cancers. And that's from research. And myself, from my own experience, by the time I was stopping, because I've been a nurse for 30 years, that's where I was heading. There was all the symptoms for chronic diseases. And if I had not stopped when I did, then I could have developed one of these chronic diseases. So what we are trying to do here is to see how can we be able to work with our body clock so that we don't end up with those chronic diseases. And it is something that I'm also thinking now that maybe that is something that I could have done to ensure that I was not heading that way. So what we want to do now, if you are a night shift worker, is to change and just do it the opposite. Because during the day, when we are active and we are having 3 meals or even more meals, we are doing our exercise, we have light exposure, then we want to do the opposite. This time when we are supposed to be active. So we just bring what we normally would do here to here. So how can we do that? What we would do is, here we have meal timing, and then here would be fasting. So we would want to bring the meal timing here, so that if we're having our 3 meals, it has to be consistent when we are eating also during that. So that when the sun is up here, we stop eating. Because you see, normally, this is where we would stop eating when the sun sets. But now we want to stop eating here and get some light exposure. Then go to sleep. We make sure that there's no light. Our room is dark. We can even have eye mask just to protect, and there's no disturbance, so that we can get that quality sleep. So what we want to do here is we are aiming for our body to heal and repair. So we can do whatever we have to do, block out the light, and get some sleep. 7 to 8 hours. And waking up in the late afternoon. Instead of going to sleep late here and then waking up when it's dark again, you want to wake up late afternoon, go outside, get some light exposure, and let the body now prepare for digestion. So that now before, when the sun is just now setting, you have your meal. It's like your breakfast. Eat a healthy meal, knowing that you're going to work, and then you will not have the cravings. And plan to have your 3 meals in the course of the night, so that you're just bringing what you normally do here to here, and during the day you are resting and the body is in a fasting mode, so that it is repairing and it is healing. Because this is how now lack of sleep, when you're sleep deprived, the stress increases. There's an increase in stress, and then what it does is it releases those toxins that have been stored in our body, and these toxins, they go and corrode the intestinal walls, and there's that permeability whereby now these toxins will cross over to the bloodstream, and that's how we'll end up with inflammation. We have body aches, we have headaches, we have diabetes, we have even the cancers. That is how it is coming about. So I want to know in the comment sections, what are you doing to ensure that you're getting your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you're having light exposure, you have meal timings, so that we can stay healthy. So let me know in the comment section, if there's anything you want to add, or if there's something that I've missed to mention.